cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Share they G, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that end zone? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My thing Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing, I'm on. I till I can't. Sorry, mama, yeah, I know that. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my belt, so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in the tank. I'ma pull up, just stun. Can't, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gon' do? 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 I'm finna. What you gon' do?
I'm on a Sony lot, eating a lot of chips, stacking a lot of guaps. If I get it to pop, my mom get a coupe, my mom get a lot of rice. I ain't got to mouth, let that in the past. My foot on the gas, a flow elevator, we facing my brad. You on the positive, no more cash. Red light, yellow light, green light, go. The events, I take the bank home. I won't keep quiet, I'm in it. Yeah, my best friend caught want me alone. Gotta my she's happy at home, and I blah. I'm a businessman, so I give her a loan now. 3 pumps in the chain from the Homer. Hurt Bucky a goner. Hurt get Bucky a goner.
What you gon' do? 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 I'm finna
stunt.
Bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth.
Come on.
Bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out.
Yeah.
Bring 'em out.
Hey.
Bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out.
Hey, all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out.
Hey, front to back gate yelling.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. And we are underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 32. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Tua now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Colts will take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First play, and Young's going to pass. Finds his man, Downs. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Man in motion here. Shotgun snap now to Young. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts. From the gun, Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 16. Brought in right side. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Tagovailoa on first down. Got a man, it's Drake London. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
First down, here's Tua. That one's cut along the left sideline. There it is, touchdown Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. Gay with the point after. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. Reed now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got time here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Opening frame of the game and 2 times already. These defenders have got home for a home run sack. They get their way. A lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Still on his feet. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Throw wheeled in by London. And they make the tackle at the 38. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Here's Tua again. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Sticking in the air, it's Tagovailoa. Getting out to his left. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins take a second quarter lead. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Out of the gun, Young. Caught, nice game left side. The 30. Gets the 10. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Reed now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage. Set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Tagovailoa facing 3rd and long. Rolling left, buying some time. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be their football coming up. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. A give left side to Taylor. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up third and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line knowing the run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Hauled in by Down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Taylor again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Young working from the gun. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Off the mark there, incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
1st and goal. Here's Taylor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Gonna keep this one and go. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain. And now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
That's what I call a good old-fashioned willpower play. Who's got more will and who's got more power to move the man in front of them? Defense won that one.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Taylor goes up and over for the touchdown. The Colts just before halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Reed now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. Fielded at the 7. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Grab some cloth and drive him to the ground with all you got.
2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. They go again with Taylor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They're going Taylor. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. Second half begins with a run by Achane. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right, doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second down carry for Achane. Has some space inside the 15. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Staying on the ground here with Achane. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Brennan backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Tua now from the gun. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Tunga Bailoa. 10, reels it in. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Just give this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay. In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Running right, this is Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Here's 2nd and 11. Catch made by Mitchell. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Taylor now up the middle. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down. Young throwing here. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. He's back to throw. They can't connect as the coverage comes through and the 4th down stands.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Gets this to Bateman. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in the hurry up here. They just get the play on. That's likely on the quick slant. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. It's Dolphins ball. Their season down potentially to... He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Miami touchdown. Missed to go up by a field goal here in the fourth. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Sanders all set to send it away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Taylor trying the left side. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Straight ahead with Taylor. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They've got 1st down from the 31. This is Taylor. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They give to Taylor, right side. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10 now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins have the football back just shy of the midfield stripe.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Tua looking to throw. Has a man, it's Achane. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Achane. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Call it a handful on that run. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 4. A tight end in motion now. Achane again on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And And I've realized over time in talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, or that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
A gain of 2, and after back-to-back runs fail, it's 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Running behind center with Wright. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jalen Wright with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins make it a 10-point ball game.
Colts, playing one. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Colts down by 10. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Young on 1st and 10. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Bateman hauls it in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Achane, a 1st down carry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll stick with Achane. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. So now here's 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw it. Brown still throwing, and this is intercepted. Hits the 20.
1-yard line.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Taylor. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Flush down out to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. He brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense getting in on the far block with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa back to the air after the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big gain downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And that's a touchdown. Great catch there, and with almost no time left, well, Brock, they're going to need a miracle, but it is still possible. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So the 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Back to throw. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. The But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
They take one final knee. Time's going to run out, Brock. Their playoff story begins with a victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indy.
For the antidote, there's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Baby, I'm a fan of you.
Don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a... She wanna all day. Hey, hey, hey.